Hi guys, today we are previewing the all-new Hyundai Elantra. Okay guys, so here we are. This is with the latest all-new Elantra, what they call the CN7 generation. And I'm fixated on this particular car because this color here is what they call electric shadow. In person, this color reminds me of a little bit. It reminds me a little of Audi's Nardo Grey, but it looks more grey than Audi's Nardo Grey, to be honest. Right? Audi's Nardo Grey has a bit of a blue shade to it. This one doesn't have as much of the blue shade. So as I record this video, we do not know how much does it cost. Price has yet to be revealed to us yet. But looking at the way this car is styled and the way this car is spec'd, as I would take you on the walk around later, it can't be cheap. This car can't be cheap. Okay, I would very much expect that you are looking at a minimum price of 130,000 ringgit, to be frank. And I would not be at all surprised, when they review the pricing of the car to 140,000 ringgit. Yeah. Okay. But I mean, I think styling wise, this car is a winner. It looks expensive from the outside. It's a very sophisticated styling. It's a very daring styling, I would say. Certainly nothing else in this segment. I think not even the Mazda 3, all right, has the same kind of what's the word I want to use this time? Has the same kind of sharpness to its design. Okay, you can say that the Mazda 3 may be a more pleasant looking car, but this one, it's more polarizing. All right, and perhaps this would be the one that may even turn more eyes. Okay, so I mean, look at the back of this thing. So the tail lights. All right, we will start with the tail lights. So it has a single bar tail. It has the tail light illumination spans the entire width of the car. All right, so it's like a giant head shape, right, and it goes like that. Okay, and if you look closely at the tail light cluster itself, there's quite a bit of shape going on, and you can see here there's this triangle motif. So you see a lot of triangles on the design of this car. All right, as you can see just here alone, here, all right, here, and the triangles crisscross. Okay, so the tail light itself also has quite a three-dimensional effect as I bring you through on this angle. So it's a three-dimensional effect. All right, well, the alignment isn't so perfect here, but we'll forgive that. Okay, and look at this. Look at the underside of the rear bumper. Okay, very sharply styled car, and just look at the interplay of surfaces happening here. Okay, here's the boot. Curiously, they decided to not hide the reverse camera, but they just put it here like this on the surface, and this is the button to open the boot lid, which I will get to that later. All right, and here, look at this. I want you guys to check out this surface. This panel here, this is plastic. Why is that plastic? Because you see, this is a high risk area to kena accident. All right, and you have these sharp edges. This la, no. Can you imagine how hard it would be if you have to beat back this panel at the end of an accident? Yeah, so what Hyundai has done is, the boot lid is metal, So this is the metal part of the boot lid, right? Metal, 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 and they just put the plastic skin over it, okay, to give the car its fastback shape. And here what they also done is this bit here is made black, so it sort of gives you the impression that the rear windscreen is longer than it is, to further emphasize the fastback profile of this car. Okay, so Ivan Choi inside there has started the car. I'm just show you the brake lights, and here's the opening of the boot lid, button open. So the boot here, well, it's just a large space here. All right, open underneath here. Well, I'm not sure if they took out the spare tire, all right, or they don't give it, but this is what we found down inside here. But this well looks big enough to accommodate a full-size spare if you so inclined to put. All right, you can pull this. Okay, you pull this latch to release 60/40 split folding seats. So Thomas now, he's going to test out the smart trunk feature. All right, so now you lock the car already, right? So he walks to the car. Now hold the key, show that you're not ta-da. Yeah, so basically the idea is that you stand with the key in the vicinity of the car for about what, 5 seconds? Yeah. Then the boot pops out itself. So you don't have to do all the fancy kick the bonnet thing, all no need. Okay, just just stand there and the boot opens itself. So now we check out the rest of the car. All right, here the side profile. Now let me just bring you on this angle so you can see here on the door there is more of this triangular design theme. All right, on the side profile. So this one, right, these are the design lines, I would say, that really give this car its visual character. All right, and here you can see this line. Okay, it runs here and it continues on here all along. Okay, here you can see this piece, this plastic piece here, to visually extend the window line. Okay, this is, if you look closely, right, it's painted in a matte finish. It's a very nice high quality plastic finish. Okay, this is rubberized lah. Hey, but it is plastic also, but it's a slightly different texture. But still, it's if I bring it closer, you see this is textured plastic. Okay, it gives you an added sense of quality to the appearance. So you can see here the B pillar is similarly textured as well, and the side mirror, even under part here is the base of the side mirror. It has this nice texturing here. Okay, so obviously this, and even this, and check this out, even the edge of the windscreen, all right, has the texture. So so you can see, right, the exterior of this car has plenty of little details built into it that give it an upmarket, give this car an upmarket feel. All right, here are the headlights. These, we were told, are the highest available headlight specification for the Elantra, and this is something interesting. So this is the headlight cluster, and separately within this fancy grille, the signal light is embedded in here. Okay, so here there's a vent. This is an aerodynamically functional vent. There's no room here for front fog lamps. Okay, and look at the finishing here. Very It's a nice mirror finish in the front here. I don't know how well they react to stone chips, but in person, this thing looks properly expensive, looks properly upmarket. And you see this plate, okay, that's the radar module. The Elantra comes with Hyundai Smart Sense technology. So when we say Hyundai Smart Sense, it has auto braking, it has lane departure warning, lane keep warning, lane keep assist, sorry, it has rear cross traffic alert, it has what else it has? It has traffic jam assist with stop and go. All right, so yeah, if you're caught in a traffic jam, this thing would be able to steer itself. Another useful feature it also has is safe exit warning. So what is safe exit warning? Safe exit warning is an extension to the blind spot warning system, whereby if your car is stopped by the roadside, all right, your passenger tries to open the door, another car comes by, it flashes a warning to tell you, hey, keep the door closed, there's another car coming. You know, funnily enough, a few years ago when I was still driving the Persona, there's this lady in a Sonata, an old Sonata, that opened the door as we drove past, and that dent cost me about what, $500-600 to fix. Yeah, so that lady certainly could have used safe exit warning in her car. All right, so outside here is one more look at the Elantra styling. A very nicely styled car. So let's check out the inside. So earlier I pulled the seats down, and you can see that the loading floor, as you pull the seat down, is not perfectly flat. All right, so there's a step here, and here you see as well this is hard plastic, yes, but the feel of it, the texture of it suggests that this is a very hardy grade of plastic. Okay, now these are the rear seats and they look promising. So let me just sit inside. All right, I'm 170 centimeters tall. So here at the back, the rear seat angle, the lean is good. Okay, I have got good thigh support, good leg room as well. So generally it's a very comfortable place here at the back. I have got an armrest here, two molded cup holders. Okay, so overall very nice place to be in. Got space to cross my legs. Now, just want to bring your attention to one thing. I'm not sure if you guys notice. So you see this? Look at the door card, the left door card and the right door card. It's different, right? So this is, surprisingly, this is not a production error. This is deliberate. Show you the front doors. Okay, you see it's deliberate. They deliberately use different colors on the left and right door card. Okay, and this is exclusive only if you choose your interior with this light gray color. And guys, I believe there are two interior color choices for our market, and I strongly believe you should choose this one. Now, the reason why the left and right door card are of different colors, the thinking behind, apparently, I'm told, is that it is to create a sort of like a personal space. It's to demarcate the driver's side personal space. So it's like, you know, okay, this light color, this is my zone. Okay, let me just close the door. The impression that you look at from here, so that is supposed to like create a zone that marks off the driver's space. So we come back here. Okay, this is the cabin trim. Now, this is the instrument cluster. It has this sort of like this. Once again, they try to create sort of like a wide screen appearance. But you can see here the clear demarcation. They didn't bother to create a flush appearance, but that's fine. That's fine. I can live with that. All right. Inside here, over here, this is the infotainment system. This, right? You look at this, you will thought, hey, this is soft touch plastic. Sorry, guys, it's not. This is hard touch And I have to say that the design of this looks impressive, but at the same time it creates the expectation that this is hard touch. This would be hard touch plastic. It is not. Now let me just start up the electronics of the car, and wow, here's the instrument cluster. I have to say this is a nice looking instrument cluster, very crisp displays, good resolution, and these dials, they change their appearance according to the driving mode. All right, here you have it. This is the infotainment system, a very basic looking infotainment system by today's standards, but it has Android Auto, it has Apple CarPlay. Down here, these are the rows of the climate control, dual zone climate control. And here we have this nice long tray. This is rubberized, comes with a wireless phone charger as well. You've got 2 USB ports and a 12-volt socket. All right, drive mode selection, reverse camera activation. And here we have Thomas at the reverse camera. Nice. All right, so yeah, down it. But honestly, I think design wise this cabin looks stunning. Here we have it. You can take this out. So you change this, you can switch this over here to change the level of the cup holder. All right, and behind here there is another USB port inside here. So overall, this is a nice cabin design, I have to say. And check this out. So this panel here, right? The way they finish this panel, this creates an impression that there's some sort of touch control here. But sorry to disappoint you guys, there isn't. At least not with this non-N model. If you are looking at the Elantra N, this is a drive mode selection panel. But this one here, this is just a blank panel, but it's a smooth surface. So maybe those of you guys who buy this car, this can be used to stick to a phone holder. Okay, but yeah, just come down. All right, and I have to say, look at this cabin again, guys. This is a beautiful cabin. This cabin, really design wise, it looks premium, it looks upmarket. I think nothing in this price point is able to match this for impressions. Okay, but although build quality, it is perhaps still second to the Mazda 3 line. All right, so here, this is the door part, and what we see here, this is fabric finished, but on the top here, this is hard plastic. This tweeter here with the metal surface, the door opener. Here, this is just a black grade of plastic, and yeah, it's the door card. This is the door pockets. So my overall impressions: this is this cabin, design-wise, stunning, beautiful to look at. But I think having invested this much in making the cabin look as good as it is, Hyundai could have invested in plusher selection of materials, because this cabin looks stunning. But when you touch these points, okay, this brings you back to the previous generation Elantra in terms of materials. Now, let me just show you why you should totally choose this color combination. The other interior color combo is this. This is the all black interior, and honestly, once you look at the other one, this is just dull in comparison. So I wouldn't want this. All right, especially not when you have the choice of that over there. And the best part is, when in selecting your interior color, right, it's not dependent on the exterior color. So you can choose what exterior color to go with the light gray background, or this shadow color or gray color out there. You know, the selection of interior and exterior colors are free for you guys to mix and match according to your preference.
Thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy
So here we are. This is the engine of the Elantra, the only engine on offer in our market. Of course, there are other choices in other markets as well. But what we get here, this is the 1.6 liter Smart Stream engine. Now, what's so special about this Smart Stream engine? It's not a direct injection engine, but it does get 2 injectors per cylinder. So what do I mean by that? So this is a 16 valve engine, so 4 valves per cylinder, 2 exhaust valves, 2 intake valve. So just before the intake valve, all right, is where the injectors are placed to squirt fuel into the combustion chamber. All right, the fuel is squirted just before the intake valve, and then it flows with the air mixture into the combustion chamber, and fuel is burned. So outputs for this: 123 PS, 154 Newton meters of torque, which to be honest, it's rather lightweight by the segment standards today, but we will see how it performs on the road. Okay, the people here in Hyundai tells me that the performance is adequate, but we'll wait and see how it performs in the road. Now, this engine is paired to what Hyundai calls an IVT, which is basically their version of a CVT, but instead of a steel belt, it runs on a steel chain. All right, and it has 8 virtual speeds. So let's see how it performs. And so here, let's looking at the arrangement of the engine room. So this is the engine here. Over this side, okay, over this side we have the battery. Behind there is the ABS module. All right, you can see it's because there's the brake booster, right? That's the brake servo pump, master pump. So these are the brake lines here, and it connects. That's the ABS module at the back. Here is the battery. This is the fuse box. This, I was told, is the engine and transmission control unit. This is the air intake. So what they have done with the arrangement of this engine, I have to take note, is that the ECU, TCU, as well as the fuse box is placed as far away from the engine, all right, to minimize the exposure to heat. But then again, I do have a question: why is this? Typically, this is placed like behind the firewall. So this is a well, they decided to put in the engine bay, but at the very least, you know, they placed it as high up as they can to avoid it being gonna flood, and as far away from the engine as possible. Similarly, the ABS module at the back there is also looks quite well shielded from heat because there's the battery here in between. Now, of course, ideally you would want the battery to be as far away from the engine heat as possible, but between your engine control unit, your fuse box, your ABS pump, this is the cheapest to replace. So this is the one that will be placed to take the most amount of heat. So well, if I would buy this car, I would be prepared to change the battery on a bit more of a frequent basis. Okay guys, so here you have it. This is a quick preview of the all-new CN7 Hyundai Elantra. I have to say, design-wise, it's a beautiful looking car. Inside, outside, absolutely gorgeous to behold. The cabin, I think the cabin, especially when finished in that metal grey, sorry, in that light grey color, looks really premium. But looks only, it's limited to looks only, because when you touch the panels, doesn't feel that premium anymore. But I think on paper, the biggest weak link to this is the engine. All right, I think a car that looks like this deserves to sell at a high price, which deserves more than 123 PS. But hey, we have yet to drive the car. We should give it a chance. Let's wait and see when Hyundai is able to arrange for us to have a go in this, and we can tell you for sure whether 123 PS can cut it for this design.